That's how I knew that I made it. I woke up looking at good. I'm in my
right, Brittany, because it is weird. It's weird the way these situations and these crimes are going about. You say need to leave the kids alone. You say right, they be trying. Like I said, you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. You ain't got no haters. I mean, you gotta keep it moving. Ain't nobody clearing up no rumors. Ain't nobody doing none of that shit. Believe what you want to believe. The fuck? You say, Sean, agree with you. How the guy? I feel all that stupid in it. Trying to say how God fit all that stupid in one head. Look. So I think that's pretty much it for Kimani right now. Let me just look on Facebook to make sure we ain't missed too much. You know, because we only get updates when they update on the news. Really, or unless somebody in her family posts something, or you know. That police audio, their police audio ain't sit right with me. It kind of sounded like a matter of fact attitude, or like, like I don't know. It's just a nonchalant. That's the word I'm looking for. That police call sounded nonchalant. I wonder, is it a full version of that? Let me look. Of that police call. Ah, shit. Wrong one. I mean, think about it, y'all, too. I want y'all to think about this. If have the greatest of the greats ever stopped to address what a hater has to say, or what the naysayers got to say, or what the rumors is claiming? Like, have we ever heard of that? Like, they wouldn't be great if they stopped and addressed all the peasantry that goes on about them. No, you gotta keep it moving. Keep your head on a swivel. Say fuck them and keep it going. That's what you gotta do. If you here, you support me, cool. Love y'all for that. If not, by all means, do you. I'm not here to control nobody. The only person I can control is me. And ain't nobody gonna control me either. You know? So it is what it is. You think this is the first time I've been talked about in my life? No. And here's the gag. I ain't even listened to it. That's the gag. I ain't even listened to. I heard about it, but I ain't listened to none of that shit. Imagine that. Imagine that. All right. I was trying to see if I could find the full. Maybe it was a longer version of the police call with Dorothy, but I don't know. I don't think it's one. Me not hearing none of it. Oops. Me and my babies was eating good, baking cakes, watching TV. Got me a crab boil going on. Okay. You don't become a warrior listening to peasantry, do you? Let me see. You say they was roaching, Sean. She said they was roaching. Y'all know how I feel about a roach. Get the fuck up out of here and quick. Quick. All them fucking roaches moving in sequence. Get the hell on somewhere. Hey, do anybody got a brain? Do anybody think for themselves? Y'all got to sit back and wait on somebody else to think for you. Shame. I'll be embarrassed. Don't have an authentic thought to save your life. But let them roaches go over there and do what roaches do. You won't be doing that over here, though. Okay. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I appreciate y'all support. The ones that be here during the apocalypse is what I'll call it. When I had to hold the door out for a bitch to leave, go ahead on. I ain't holding you hostage. Go ahead. Those who get me, get me. Those who don't, don't. What's the problem? You know, I'm about sick of this slow computer getting on my nerves. Mm. And I don't know why people feel the need to, if I'm at a restaurant full of people that I don't know, right? And do you think that I'm finna tell the waiter or the people around me, so why the fuck do they feel the need to tell me you finna unsubscribe? I don't care. Just go. Just do it. Like, what? Who does that? Nobody's obligated to be subscribed to my channel. I appreciate the ones that is, but I'm not forcing nobody to do nothing. If all it takes for somebody to tell you something about somebody else and you believe it and you don't have facts to back up what you're saying or what's being said, I don't want you here. Go figure. I don't want no simple-minded people here if that's the case, because you can't even decipher what's real from fake, what's clout from not. Go on somewhere else. It's not the place for you. We not for everybody over here on SD channel on this side of YouTube. We ain't for everybody. She say roach minded. She say roach minded. That is funny, but that is so true. That is so true. Look, we didn't coin them. We didn't coin them the name roach, but in facts over feelings. In facts over feelings. I said that's in the, when you click on my live and you click on getting ready to comment, it's gonna give you the rules. Comment. Facts over feelings. This ain't got nothing to do with how I feel. I mean, eventually, yes, I do give my opinion about it, but when we deal with the facts, that's just what it is. It ain't personal. It ain't biased. When we're looking at these cases, we want to be able to look at the evidence that's given to the public or that we discover outside of what's given to the public. And we want to be able to look at every angle of these cases, because it's not just the fact that, oh, rest in peace to our children that's being unalive, justice for our children. No, we need to know, why is this happening? Why are our children coming up missing? Who is behind this? Because if there's no coincidences and everything happens spiritually first, could this be organized crimes? Could this be organized situations with the kids? That's what I'm looking at. Fuck a feeling. Fuck an assumption. Fuck a personal feel. How you feel about me personally. I don't care about none of that. Go cry to your mama. That's how I feel about all of that. But when people do the things that they do, if a person can't take how you feel about something, and they can't take your aura, they can't take your spirit, they can't take how strong-minded you are, then they're going to do everything that they can to seemingly humble you, right? And then they're going to do everything that they can to get other people to join that hate train. Like, hey, yeah, I've been waiting to do this. I've been waiting to do this. Yes, now I can say how I really be feeling. Like all that fake, weak ass shit. Ain't nobody listening to none of that. None of it. But I'm just telling y'all how it go, right? That's just how it go. I ain't never been a hater, so I don't know what it's like to be on a hate train. I want everybody to win. Do you? Trying to say how you feel about me is your problem, but we need to worry about these babies. Yes. Yes. And if we find out anything in regards to any other children, then if I feel like it was something that could have been done, I'm gonna speak on it again. It ain't about my feelings. It's about, what measures can we take as a community to ensure the safety of our children? What measures can we exhaust to ensure the safety of our children? And when none of those things work, what more can we do to ensure the safety of our children? Do we rally? Do we march? Do we go to the news? Do we go on social media and make sure that the stories get out there, go viral, whatever it is that we need to do? If you can't report them, if they ain't got certain restrictions going on, if they ain't, whatever the case may be, if you seem to be getting no for an answer all the way around, what other measures can be taken to make sure that predator is removed from the environment? That's what the point is. Everything else is irrelevant. What could have been done is important to me. What should have been done is important to me. Why? Because it reflects now what a person could do now in this moment. They are dealing with a situation like this. They've been told no, or they, or you see something and you don't know what to do, or whatever the case is. We got to know what type of actions to take. We got to know. We got to know. It's just that simple. We got to do something. These kids' lives and mental health depends on it. We got to do something, and immediately. Don't wait. Immediately. You know something, you see something, do something. Yeah, you say right. And if you don't recognize your mistakes, you can't fix it. That's just it. Because I see it from a collective perspective. Okay, we could use these families as an example, and anybody family could be made an example out of, but since these are very public cases, we do want to explore, what to look for, what to do, who to talk to get results. Sweeping things under the rug is detrimental. watching abuse, allowing people to feel comfortable to abuse children in your presence, detrimental. I could keep going, but y'all get the point. So if we really advocating for the children, do that. To me, if it's that I want to speak on in regards to that case, I'm going to do just that. And it's going to be grounded in facts. It's going to be grounded in statements. It's going to be grounded in either paperwork or some news clip, or some interview, something that was said, whatever the case is. That's the facts, right? And y'all know what? Y'all shouldn't have to choose between, who y'all want to support and who y'all don't want to support. Like, literally support who you want to support. I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday and the day before that. I literally have no ops and no competition. If you're my op, that's your choice. And that's how y'all got to power over you to where they dictating how you see yourself and trying to conjure up these, lies and rumors. Lies and rumors are spells. That's spells, So they're ultimately that's witchcraft. But they say we got the cult going on. That's what y'all said. You say they say we got a cult. I guess they got a cult of destruction going on, trying to tear down other people because they can't take the facts and the truth of a situation, so they gotta tear down and try to destroy. But that only work on simple-minded people. That only work on weak-minded people. So you got to stay in your power and know that yeah, that's how I feel. She say she ain't on no side but the side with the facts. Because we can agree to disagree. We can have our thoughts. That's why I asked y'all how y'all feel about this, how y'all feel about that. Did y'all hear this? Y'all ain't gonna think everything like I think and see everything how I see it. I don't expect that. That's why we detect things and investigate, because we have thoughts. And I'm definitely on the fact side. I'm definitely on the true justice side, and in anything that's in alignment with that. I've said that time and time again until I'm given a reason to think otherwise. It's simple. So just be honest. It's simple. Right. Brittany say, I like your content and I choose to subscribe. My prerogative. I appreciate you, Brittany. You always in the chat. I always see your comments too. I appreciate you. Okay, so we got Miss Naziah Harris up on the screen. Somebody, and I know it don't look that clear. I don't think there is a super clear picture like this, but there's some things, right? There's some things that was brought to my awareness, and somebody else had some questions and, was asking me what I thought. Now, this photo, just me personally, I just always felt like, no, something about it a little suspicious, but I'm thinking if she was pregnant. See that one picture where she had the multicolored jacket on, the rugrat jacket, and we could see in her face that she looked pregnant. This picture is not giving that. So I'm wondering if this maybe was not the last photo. I don't know. It's just a speculation. It's just a thought. But besides, could this be a possibility that this was at a different time? But I do remember Jarvis when he was being interrogated that he did his hands like this when they was asking him about Naziah and things like that. And he said he last seen her when she was getting her hair done and kind of did his hands like this, which appears that he was kind of copying off of her hairstyle that we see in a photo. So, and then the glasses. This is the only photo that I've seen of her with glasses. Did she only wear the glasses at school? Now, as far as the bruising, did you guys, and if you get a chance, if this is not close enough, do you guys see any bruising here in any space on her face? Do the photo look? I just want to make something clear, y'all, because I was also told, I was specifically told this part, and it's the only thing that I'm going to address, that my new aesthetics was purchased by other people, and they was not. Like, you goofy as hell if you think I took some money from somebody else to have them pay for my stuff. I just want that to be said on the record. Nobody pays for shit that I have in my life. I am a grown ass woman. Who the fuck? Now, donation is one thing. Oh, nobody pay my bills or nothing that I got going on. That was actually comical. That was comical. This picture right here, I painted myself. I'm also a painter. Probably not a good painter. Also paint. Okay. This other picture that y'all see right here. Okay. I'm a very creative person. I also painted this. Okay. So I do on my free time. Just paint. It's the Kundalini awakening. Okay. That's what this represents to me. Something that a lot of roaches don't know shit about because they stuck in their low vibrational animalistic nature, being haters and shit. So they wouldn't know nothing about that fire and desire and that Kundalini awakening. That's why they call it a cult. That's why they call it a cult. They still like sheep waiting to be told what to do. People are okay with being manipulated. A lot of people are okay with that. A lot of people are okay and not thinking for themselves and idolizing other people. A lot of people are okay with that. A lot of people so traumatized that they'll still follow an abusive so-called leader and still get disrespected, mistreated, idiot kind of way. And still be loyal to that type of environment or situation. It's so weird. So weird. Always remember though, when they fuck with you, like on a confident level, they're gonna always go for your looks. They're gonna always try to find tea on you and then try to weaponize that. They're gonna always try to get other people to join. Just know. You say that, yeah. Just know you the GOAT. When people gotta go out of their way to tear down, to try or attempt to tear down somebody with ill intent and malice, just know that you are on the right path. That you're doing something right. You're doing something out of the ordinary. You're extraordinary. When people got to tear you or try to tear you down, that already means that you are above them anyway. And because they lack the confidence within themselves, they have to try to tear you down and bring you down to their level. Stay in your power. Know that you that girl, no matter what, or that guy. I know I have a few guys watch me here and there. And don't focus on the peasantry. Don't focus on the things that's beneath you. If it's not uplifting you, if it's not empowering you, then the intent is to tear you down. And if they got to try to tear you down, you're already above them. I'm realizing YouTube operates like high school, grade school. You know, you got people over here, people over there, and people every fucking where, clicking, right? When you're a person that's truly a loner, they don't know what to do. Say good night. Oh, yes. Good night. I'm gonna get up off here too. I'm just doing my closing because I'm long-winded like that. I'm long-winded. And I know the people in the back and watching from the bushes and over peeping over that gate is tuned the fuck in. She said, good night, ST. Yes. You say that's stupid crazy. They are crazy shit. They say it, don't listen to people know. Oh, yeah, definitely. Say that especially them, so you think you can pay your bills for anybody's bills for that matter. This is not an exchange situation. I'm not accepting no equipment and selling my soul to no one. I'd rather go online and purchase that shit myself for anybody ever be able to have the one up on me when it comes to that. And you can't have the one up on a motherfucker who live in their truth. Oh, just saying. If you live in your truth, holla. Ow. Ow. Sorry, y'all, if I'm too loud in this mic. I know it's late. You say, remember we were trying to find where Jarvis said, yeah, it turns out that it was not. I made a post about it. It was not what it appeared to be. I had to correct that because I was listening to a whole nother content creator talking some. This is why I don't do that. This is exactly why I stay in my own lane. Because no, she was claiming what really happened was the sound was delayed from the words. I mean, the words and the audio was delayed. So yeah, that wasn't it. Good night, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Good morning, good evening, good night to all of the ones that catch this replay. I love you all. Thank you for the support. Okay. Thank you for not being a sheep. And thank you for standing in your power and thinking for yourself like the God that you are. And I will catch all of you later. You say, what's it? What you say? No, the one behind you. What you mean, the one behind me? She said a cockroach cult. I believe that right there because I know exactly what you mean and what you that cockroach cult. Look, that's some funny shit to me. You say, what is that? What is that behind you? Can you get closer to it? Um, what you trying to see behind me? This one right here? That painting? I come from a very creative and artsy family. As toxic as they is, y'all know I gotta put that part in there. As toxic as they can be. I come from a very artistic family. You say mouth something. She did say, I'm sorry. I saw it on the Detroit news. It was time 7:29:40. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna go look at it. But I know that particular video that I was showing, the audio was off with the sound. Okay. That's what it is for now on the cockroach cult. You say, yeah, earlier we like to learn stuff. And since we up, why not? And the people that's gonna catch this replay, they could catch this teaching too. So I don't know if any of y'all know about the dark triad, okay? Dark triad traits target, okay, and this in certain cases, the target, okay, is a person that they may be envious of, they feel the need to dominate the spotlight of, or they have a fragile ego. So they seek to destroy or sabotage another person or attack. Okay, it is definitely a tactic that is usually covert, it's manipulative, and it's deeply psychological. So when I say that we are in a spiritual war, this is exactly what I mean. Y'all got to look into the dark triad because then y'all will see things and y'all certain things you go through, you'll be like, okay, I see exactly what this is. It's like it's narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy. Okay. Definitely go look that up. Okay. So let me school y'all a little bit so y'all can understand this roach cult that's been targeting the SD gang. All right. Narcissism. It is an excessive self-importance or need for admiration. So, that's the wrong one. So if you're dealing with certain roach cult content, I don't even want to call them content creators because really like content destroyers, like they operate from a space of destruction. Okay. So when I say, when we talk about these roach cults, that I'm talking about the whole thing. So what they will do, because remember, it's driven by envy. It's a need to dominate the spotlight, and they have a fragile ego. So they will create smear campaigns. They will. What is a smear campaign? It's a subtle or overt discrediting of another content creator through gossip, innuendos, or concern trolling, to pretending basically to care while undermining them at the same time. The intent is to control the perception of how other people see them because they're intimidated by that person. So you can apply this to anything in life. Okay. Copycat sabotage. You know, when you're very unique, you're very vibrant, you're very confident. They see how other people are naturally drawn to you, and you just seem to have something that they wish they have because they don't love themselves. So they attempt to sabotage you, but want to be you at the same time. Okay. So what they will do is mimic you. They will mimic you. If you're a content creator that's very different, very unique, very authentic, they will try to copy you and discredit you at the same time. So mimicking you while discrediting the originality to confuse the audience and steal the attention. So when you see the roach cults going back and forth, they over here with this roach teacher. Now they over here with this roach cult leader. Oh, let me go unsubscribe to SD. Cause look, I just laugh at the shit. Like, let me go make sure I tell SD I'm unsubscribed. You will not get my support. And then they go run to their roach cult leader. I know it's lagging, y'all, but catch what I'm saying. I know it's lagging. I see it lagging on my screen. Just catch what I'm saying. Because the point is, it's the message. It's the message. Okay, so public shade masked as critique. So a lot of passive aggressiveness or veiled insults aim to position themselves as superior or more evolved than the other person. A Machiavellian tactic is very calculated, very strategic, very deceptive. Okay, deceptive moves meant to dominate and manipulate perception. Okay, so if they can control how a person see you, then it makes them feel better about themselves. And a hide or are not living in their truth or are very egotistical, they will target a person, their authentic self. They will target that person because they feel threatened by that person's authenticity and unapologeticness to show up and be exactly who they are. Okay. So they will also blacklist or gatekeep information, blacklist you. So they'll secretly contact brands, collaborators, mutual connections to block opportunities. So they'll try to purposely block you. False allyship. So they'll pretend to be your friends. They'll pretend to be a supporter. They'll pretend to act like they actually care about the children that we're researching and that we're studying and that we're investigating. They'll pretend to act like they really care, but really they don't. You know, that's just throw that in there. And they only extract private information close to you to exploit your weaknesses. So this is where it comes in at where, I mean, y'all still hear me though? Like, I know it's lagging, but can you still hear me? I can't help the lag, girl. I don't know what's going on with the lag. Okay, because we can see this on a higher scale, like with this roach behavior that's going on against SD, you know, you got to understand that we in the matrix. Okay, a lot of people are not even awakened. They just sheep, and they go wherever they feel like subconsciously they could be controlled, you know. So false allyship, that's pretending to be your friend or support you only to extract private information or get close to you to exploit your weakness. So ultimately what they'll do is try to get close to you so that they can gather information and hold on to that information and use it as ammo when they feel like the time is right, or if they want to try to blacklist you, or, you know, get you back under their control, because they could weaponize that information. So if you're a person that doesn't, you know, you're not big on telling your business or really living in your truth and things like that, they can weaponize certain informations against you to make you submit and stay humble to them, or stay under their control, or do what they want. So this is why I don't mind sharing things that I've been through, because I've been through it first, or I'm getting through it, or, you know, nobody will be able to weaponize anything that I went through that was my experience against me, because I speak my truth and I live in my truth. And the ultimate destroyer of deception and Machiavellianism and narcissism and all of these blacklist tactics, the smear campaigns, all of that shit, the truth destroys all of that. I live my life. Can't nobody tell my story. You live your life. Can't nobody tell your story either. Okay? So living your truth so you can avoid being exposed by anyone who think they got private information on you and use it to exploit you and do the very thing that they're accusing you of doing, right? Because they're going to say, oh, you did this to me. You did this to me. You said this about me. You said that, blah, 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 blah. I can't take it. Oh, my ego. Oh, I'm so hurt. You know, but I know this about you. So you better submit. You better bow down. You better recognize that I am better than you. You know, this is because we're talking about envy here, right? We're talking about envy, and we're talking about the need to dominate a spotlight, and we're talking about the fragile ego. Okay. So, a narrative control. No, it is about the facts. It's not about your feelings. It's about the facts. And when you speak truth, that frequency of truth disrupts all deception, all lies, all false narratives, all illusions, all the things like that, right? So what the person with the fragile ego will do, or the traits of Machiavellianism, psychopathy and narcissism and all of that, the dark triad, what they'll do is try to do everything in their power to control the narrative. So they will purposely, and then we can use me as an example with the content roaches. Okay. They're creating subtle like rewrites a history, or kind of trying to just control the narrative and perception of how a person may view me. If we don't use me as an example, or you apply it how you see fit, right? How it resonate with you. So they'll twist the truths to favor themselves. And then they'll paint the other person as unstable, fake, or problematic. This is why I need people that join my channel to be critical thinkers and have their discernment intact and could see through lies and deceptions, because then you will know what's going on, what tactics is being used here, and use your discernment to guide you to what resonates with you, you know, or see the truth of things, right? So, and be able to see what tactics is really being used against the person. Let's move on to the other tactics, like very cold, ruthless behavior, lacking empathy or remorse. So this was what they would call doxing and cyber stalking. So this is releasing or threatening to release personal information to intimidate or silence a person. So they would purposely say something like to make you feel a way. Oh, you want me to put this information out about you? Did you forget what you did back in 1992? You want me to put you on blast on TikTok? You want me to post this or whatever the case may be? That is just a tactic to silence you. It's a tactic because we have to think about this very energetically and very spiritually. Okay. So if a person is doing something to you that's not rooted in truth, okay? Because sometimes the truth can make a person feel like they're being attacked. So I'm not talking about the truth, because the truth just gonna be that. Whether I like it or whether you like it, whether it hurt my feelings, whether it hurt your feelings, the truth is still the truth. The truth is not rooted in malice and deception and slander and smear campaigns. The truth not rooted there. That's malevolent. Okay. So if they are not operating from a space to empower you or to, you know, tell you the truth so that maybe it can help enlighten you or get a different perspective on life, and it's to ultimately uplift you, then they're doing quite the opposite. They want you to be at the bottom. They want to tear you down. They want to humble you. They want to take you off your high horse. 4:44 on the clock. I just looked at the time. 4:44. Today is 5/5/2025. So what they want to do is humble you. Why would a person want to humble another person? Why would a roach cult leader, aka content devil, want to do such a thing? Right? Because we're talking about envy, a need to dominate the spotlight, fragile egos, and ultimately money. So if they can get other people to perceive you in a way where it's like you're not perceived as an authentic being or perceived as a person being their true selves, then they could win. Right? To them, they feel like they're winning. Okay, I got everybody over here on my team. I got all the roaches over here, all the roaches on my team. And then what they ultimately get from that? The spotlight and money. Okay, do your thing. You need to cut it out. I'm finna get off here anyway. All right. So inciting mob behavior. Weaponizing their followers to harass, stalk, or report the other content creator or person's account under the guise of calling them out. Do that not sound familiar? So they want to weaponize their followers. So riddle me this or answer me this. If I got 100K followers, right? 100K subscribers, and I speak about a content creator that may have 10,000 subscribers or just less than me, right? And I speak about them in a way that it may be either evasive or it sounds like I'm tearing them down. the roach coach will perceive that and process that in their brains as, oh no, oh, they start scattering and shit because now they feel like they got to choose between who they support. Oh, because no, now they got to go run their roach, all that roach behavior to this person, harass and stalk them, report their account. Oh no, because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that I'm talking about, that mob behavior. That's an attack. What is it ultimately to do? Tear you down, make you feel bad, make you want to give up. You know, just ruthless behavior, ruthless. And then we got, and then knowing that as a content creator with a lot of subscribers, how you can weaponize your influence. Okay, the power of your influence to influence these roaches that you call subscribers, to go and attack someone else, because that's that power of influence. So collective, what we got to understand is you got to be who you are regardless. If I had one subscriber, I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to show up as SD, Lady Isis, me. Even without a title, I'm just still me. So you got to be confident either way you go. And the people that resonate with you, they're going to come to you. Because as a divine feminine, we don't chase nobody. They want to leave out your life. They want to exit out of it. Let them go. Bye. Go ahead on. I didn't lose no sleep, no meal, no nothing. Bye. See you later, Keish. You say you're still listening. Okay. So you gotta not see the physical. You gotta not be attached to the physical. The physical is a manifestation of the spiritual. So if they wanted to humble you, wanted to attack you, wanted to send people your way to harass you, to stalk you, to spread your business, to exploit private information, create fake accounts to keep stalking you, reporting you, making false claims about you, spreading rumors about you, all of that is an attempt to humble you. It's an energetic manipulation. Remember, this is an energetic war. The ultimate goal for these roach cults, matrix agents, NPCs, brain dead motherfuckers, is to keep your vibration low. Because if they can keep your vibration low, which I call it vibrational terrorism, because they terrorize you vibrationally to get your vibration to drop low, so then they can manipulate you even more. And then you become a slave to them. I told y'all I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Okay. So I talk about this because this is what I love to talk about. I want to ultimately be able to help you free your mind and help you stand in your power and reclaim your power, and know that what people do to you is not a reflection of you. It's who they are. They want to project who they are onto you. Okay? It's a tactic. It's a weapon. Don't identify with what people project onto you. Somebody want to talk about your looks. They want to talk about what you got, what you ain't got. They want to talk about your past. They want to talk about your life and what they seen you go through. You was on drugs. You went to jail. You did this. You did that. Why would a person want to keep bringing something like that up? Because they want to manipulate you energetically. Vibrational terrorism. Okay? Now, impersonation or identity theft. Think about this spiritually, okay? They will create fake accounts, literally fake accounts, okay, to pose as you or to sabotage your reputation or spread misinformation. That is considered, these are all spiritual crimes, okay? I know that we got the law that we abide by in this 3D realm, but there are a lot of spiritual crimes that go undetected, and that's where all of the damage is really happening. You got people wanting to exploit your chakras, exploit your willpower, control you, manipulate your energy, character assassinations, all of that. That is considered spiritual crime. And ain't nobody outside of the law of karma. You get what you put out. So if you have ill intentions, that's what you're going to get back. If you got good intentions, that's what you're going to get back. It don't miss. It just is what it is. It is what it is. So energetic and psychological signs. Energetic and psychological signs as a content creator being targeted. What you will notice is sudden loss of followers or subscribers or brand deals with no clear reason. They just bam, gone. Just gone. Just gone. Okay? So they know what they be doing. They create these false narratives. They spread misinformation. They go hopping around everywhere that they possibly can to talk about this person, make sure they get this information out, this false information out, because then they know ultimately it could affect how people perceive them, their following potentially, or people trolling them, people harassing them. All of that. It's a manifestation of that Machiavellianism or dark triad, okay, traits, dark triad traits or triad traits, how do we say it? So increase in trolls and suspicious, similar hate comments, feeling emotionally drained, paranoid, or creatively blocked without an obvious cause, okay? Spiritual crime. Spiritual crime. Intuition or dreams warning about hidden sabotage. So again, anybody that's seeking to sabotage you in any way, shape, or form is committing a spiritual crime, period. Okay? They're trying to exploit you and they're trying to control a narrative. It is ultimately a power play, really. It's a power play. So stay consistent in what you do. Show up as the best version of yourself every single time. Stay in your power because can't nobody control you but you. Okay? Let your work evolve. And you'll be immune to deception. You'll be immune to this dark triad tactics that be going on, that we all have experienced this in real life, whether you are aware of it or not. We all have. But it's levels to it. Like it depends. Like if you got the same thing going on social media, you have the same thing going on in your day-to-day life. You can just experience this energy, this malevolent force anywhere. And remember, when you're rising in divine frequency, it distorts the signals of those operating in manipulation. They will reveal themselves with no help from you. All you got to do is just keep showing up, being who you are, operating from your truth, your intuition, trusting that you are always divinely guided and protected. The truth spares none. All will be exposed. That's exactly what the truth does. So if you ain't lying, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And you definitely shouldn't be trying to character assassinate nobody either. All right. And return to sender. Do what you got to do to cover yourself spiritually, and you will be all good. I know when you're in it, it doesn't feel good. Your feelings, your emotions may get the best of you because, you're trying to you human, right? You're human, and you're trying to navigate those feelings, and it's an attack. It's an attack. But continue to be who you are, continue to express yourself, keep your throat chakra activated. That helps release and get your energy back flowing to where it needs to, and ultimately get it back to the level it needs to be, and out of that lower space, that lower vibration. So you got to keep that throat chakra activated. So speak your truth. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Speak your truth. And that's it, y'all. Because y'all know I like to give good teaching at the end, especially to the ones that catch this replay. And I'm going to see y'all later. Y'all see my baby sleep. We ready to go to bed. Okay. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night. Good morning. And that's all, folks.